Broadcast live.
So our winner, it excites me to announce new blood in the game. People waking up to new shit. Congratulations to new blood. Touchline for $5,000.
Right. Look what mama did with $5,000. Every month it's what she get from white man. Washing clothes and scrubbing floors and window wiping. She be back. Hola bafethu, ntwana yasithembisa leyo Touchline. Vandag we breaking down in $5,000 on Behind the Bars Slick on Live. Remember, we just won Verse of the Year, People's Choice Award. So today we break down the verse that won that award. So, look what mama did with $5,000. Every month, that's what she gets from white man. Washing clothes and scrubbing floors and window wiping. She'll be back to cook dinner and help you do assignments. She wakes up and makes sure that she irons your clothes. She put lunch in your bag. And as you walk out the door, she reminds you you're special and you are destined for more. A back room with no bathroom, it don't matter, it's home. So, with those few lines, I think, which is like the intro, I speak about, you know, what I see happening a lot eKasi, having grown up at Tembisa. And that is when a lady, you know, raising households, you know, on a minimum wage, we pay to 5K, and, you know, single mother. So that's why I speak about, you know, look what mama did with $5,000. Every month that's what she gets from white man, washing clothes and scrubbing floors and window wiping. You know, like this kind of support that we get from our mothers, you know, even though, you know, they don't have much to offer except for love, you know? And yeah, that's the main inspiration behind $5,000. That's just that motherly love to see a black kid prosper. So you grow and get a loan for university. You get your diploma. They call it graduate because you have to wait for employment. And then you get an internship like this is it. You get paid $5,000 like mama did. So that's plain and simple, you know. I'm speaking about, you know, growing up and actually going out there and looking to better your life, you know. And for Intwana Sekasi, it becomes really, really tough because you don't even have, you know, the means to support yourself, the means to support your family, you know, to even further your own, you know, education. So I speak about getting an opportunity to actually go to school, which is already hard like in itself, and then you have to go and try finding a job, you know, and that's why I say they call it graduate because you have to wait for employment. A little bit of wordplay there, but it mainly speaks about, you know, the high unemployment rate, you know, and when you do get a job, you know, it becomes an internship and you still don't get paid much. And I speak about the cycle continuing because you're getting paid $5,000 just like your mom did. So the cycle continues. We're not free, just free from believing life is a prison. But the chains are all the way in our thinking. See, designer clothes, but look how empty the fridge is. Guess family is not as important as image, you know? Yeah, I just speak about, you know, obviously being trapped as Intwana, you know, from the hood. You know, I think there's a lot of things that we trying to learn, trying to figure out. But in the process, you know, I think we hurt ourselves with the little things where when we do have money, we spend it on the wrong things, you know. I would say wrong things because, you know, there's so much more to life than image, you know, than looking like you've got it all together, you know. There's actual struggles that we face. And that's why I speak about the fridge being empty, but you looking fly, you know. Meaning when you out there trying to look like you've got it all together, and really we don't, you know, and that's part of the struggle. And you know that's what slaves often do, convenience over truth. Don't care about winning if they can justify the lose. We're not free until your only boss is you. You're not free until cashiers at Pick and Pay smile at black people too. And that line for me, I think is very, very true. Because if you look at, you know, how white people are treated as opposed to how black people are treated, even by black society, it's scary. You know, I mean, for instance, I went to like a restaurant recently, and I remember this lady was like, I asked her about, you know, do they have ice cream or something, you know, because, I was buying ice cream and they didn't have ice cream. But then, you know, the way she responded, she was like, she told one of her colleagues, she's like, Chab, wozo dila nabantu bakho. You know, and I was like, I couldn't really understand it, you know. And in my head, I'm thinking, would she have done that if the person was white? and the person was always willing to complain, which he have done that, and you know, it's not about pick and pay. It's about what I see, you know, what I see happening at most stores, you know. So it wasn't me calling out pick and pay, for instance. It's me saying, yo, this is what I see happening at these stores, you know. And yeah, it's an inferiority complex that I'm just pointing out there. So we're not free until Tabo can learn to love again. I'm not free until I can give them my heart again. We're not free until good people rule parliament. We're not free until Kanyambao is dark again. And that last line is pretty controversial. I want to by social media. They're out there tagging her and stuff. But once again, it's not about calling out a single individual or a single corporation. It's about bringing awareness. And I feel like the one thing that makes my lyricism so relatable is because I speak on isn't that people always see. You know, for instance, that whole thing was almost a scandal when my sister bleached her skin. But the only thing is, Gucci, you know, own your blackness, you know, own your Africanness, you know, and that's what I'm also speaking about here. Remember, I'm trying to free us, or free myself even, of that kind of thinking, Gucci, you know, I need to be a certain way or a different way in order to be accepted by society, or even to just look better, you know, feel better about myself, you know, when I can just embrace and I've got a lot to offer already. Well, I go on to say, because black is beautiful, but black girls reduce themselves to booty call. See the man that you are trying to impress? He doesn't reply to your text. He only loves you when you're drunk and undressed. Self-explanatory, man. You know, I feel like as a Majida, also a Gasi, we are the ones that put the pressure on my sister to put that pressure on themselves, to look different, you know, to present themselves in a different manner. And yeah, I'm calling out Amajita because you only love her when she's drunk and undressed, because that's essentially into ifuna. And I go on to say, your kid's friend buys a watch as a Father's Day present, but yours just watches because his father's not present. And I feel like that line should hit home if we time when young taught. We time into impinji, like buying gifts for their fathers when you're not even present, you know. And I think it's a big struggle for the black society, black community, and this goes all the way back to my opening line about look at mama deal with $5,000 because she was the only one raising you because of my time at Ageko. So that's just something that I want to challenge. And even as Ntwane Kulayo, I would like to break that chain. So I go on to say, I make music for him, which is that kid. I'm speaking about that kid that grows up without a father. I make music for him. I make music for them. I make music for people who want to win at the end. I make music for loyal people who die for their friends. After dying, they rise and they go and die for you again. I make music for lovers. I make music for pain. I make music for heroes, dreamers, believers, and slaves. So I take it to radio and I ask them to play it. They look straight to my face. You know how much you gotta pay? $5,000. And yeah, man, over there I speak about myself and my intentions with this music. You know, what I feel like I am called for and what I need to achieve, young Todd. It's very, it's easy to always take the easy way out, you know, where you feel like you might not be the most popular person because of your message, but I feel like it's something that I have to do and had to do at the time when I wrote $5,000. You know, I need to shine light, you know, on things that I believe are not, you know, being put in the spotlight. So I think the most important thing at that stage is to actually be, you know, the people's champion, the people's voice, and speak about, you know, the things that people relate to the most, you know, and also being true to yourself. So I make music for those kind of people. And the sad thing, which I have experienced in my many years of hustling and nokerepa, Uguti, you often have to cough out Leo $5,000 wonganayo from the beginning, just so you can push out your poop, and that is a story of $5,000, you know. Yeah, that's $5 grand, essentially. And that buffet too was a $5 grand. I just broke it down on Behind the Bars, Slick on Life. Remember, go check out 18 Flow, you know? Oh, snap, before I forget. You guys will probably get this late, but we're doing a show tomorrow at Timby's Antwell. And, you know, just thanking the fans for all the love and support, pushing us to even winning this award. So it's the rest of the year celebration. Since Fuma video, you know, shout out to Converse Styling Concepts for dressing me today. Shout out to Naginda Bazako. Shout out to every single person that's involved in the Touchline brand. You've pushed us this far, and we're only gonna go further. Shout out. One love.
Broadcast live